time of day. Coffee is the fuel for this guy. Welcome again to another episode of Psycho's Platters, always powered by that magical bean fuel. You betcha, coffee. Gotta be able to have it, can't live without it. If the doctors sometime told me you have to get off coffee, I don't think I could do it. That is a fact. That's the only one. It's my only vice. Brandon from Australia, you're first. How you doing today? Nick, how you doing? Yes, I got a haircut last Friday. I needed it. Boy, did I need it. Anyways, very unexpected stream. I just decided I was going to do one yesterday, but I wasn't feeling real good. So I figured today, a little bit better spirits. Tim Henry of Music Live. Hi, how are you? Good to see you here. Good to see you here. Groovy Lisa, powered by Shaved Ice. Yes. As long as we don't shave the ice with like used big razors. Oh, it'd be so gross. Yeah, well, I'm doing as good as I can for the moment, No, there's to it. I had to reschedule my eye thing, my checkup, because I have a cataract. It's part of it, But I had to push that off, unfortunately, to mid-July. So we'll see what. Oh, it's all good. Maybe later in the show I will try to play something from World Trade. We'll try and work on that because I did say that I would. But we'll do it maybe at the back end of the show. Hey, Brandon and Nick. Anyways, gang. We had a great show last time. Almost 300 views. You guys are very consistent, my audience. Boy, did I have to do a lot of cleanup, though. But it's worth it. You guys are worth it. That's all there is to it. This one here, we'll explain it a little bit, of course. The title, Alive and Well, Up on the Chicken Train. Yeah, you're like... everybody knows that I'm crazy, but these titles, which I've had people tell me, we can't figure out your titles sometimes. Oh, Toby. I think Toby's got the zoomies. Toby, what do you got? Toby. Come on. Toby. You got to make your cameo. Toby, it's in the contract. Toby. Hey. Come on. No? Come on. She came up and licked me. Well, maybe later. Come on. Yeah. My dad, see, I got to, this was the one that had the torn retina, okay? And so they did tell me that I would get a cataract as part of the side effect. So I got to figure out, how we're going to do this because I don't know. The insurance was a pain in the ass. And if the hospital's going to be a douche, then I'm just going to simply ask for a transfer to a different hospital for the eye stuff. Plain and simple. I know. That's fine. I don't know any of their stuff. I don't know any of the World Trade stuff. Chicken train. You can't be crazy if you're nuts. I am Marcus, and yes, 100%. I personally really enjoy the late 80s, early 90s prog. IQ comes to mind as well. Now, I've heard the band name IQ. I don't know any of the material. Yeah, doctors can be a pain in the ass, but I had less problem with the doctor than I had with the hospital. The hospital was being such douches because it was January, I rolled over in the insurance. In other words, I was going to have to eat like almost all of it. Hey, Brian, how you doing out there in the Jewel of the Orient? If you've got time, I don't know how busy you are. If you got time, come on up for a little bit if you want. Yeah, thanks. That's exactly what this is a summer haircut. Yeah, especially the, yeah, well, I've got a colonoscopy scheduled in early October. So, yeah, I'll be definitely losing 8 to 10 pounds that week. That's about the average too. Seriously. But, anywho. It cost my uncle $500,000, ouch, for his cancer treatment. Jeez. Hey, Jim, how are you on Amtrak coming home from Chicago? Oh, I'm lucky you, seriously. I'm glad that you're here, seriously, on that. It has been quite a long time since I've been to Chi-Town, the physical Chi-Town. Yeah, the prep does suck for the colonoscopy, but once that part's done, it's all good in the end. That's right. Anyways, I put up, if anybody wants to come up, we're gonna do some different things here today. No deaths really, but I will throw this out. I found out that Roger Martinez from the Christian thrashcore band Vengeance Rising died, I guess. I don't know any of their material, and I guess he was kind of a strange man himself, too. Hello there, Steph. This is Jewel of the Orient, ladies and gentlemen, live from Japan, which he had excellent previous couple videos with Too Many Records and a bunch of other people, and record shopping in Japanese record stores. Fun.
Yes.
I was sitting there drooling on that monkey section. I'm just like, so help me. I'd be broke right there.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Yeah. Oh my God. That was a fun little video and that was a fun little excursion. And yeah, man, too many monkeys. There was like must have been like a couple of hundred monkeys there. Over 100. There was like maybe 200 monkey
Jeez.
records.
Oh my God.
It was a lot. I'm sure it was all duplicates, but they looked like they were all, I didn't go through them, but I had a feeling
Hey.
they were all in good. Yeah, it looked kind of fun. Anyway, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
stop.
you good? Are you good, Paul? What's going on with
Uh,
you, man? How are you? Good to see you.
um,
Well, you had a fucking colonoscopy, man. That sucks,
no,
dude.
that's coming. That's
Okay,
coming up in
still though.
October. Yeah,
So
but I
does that
mean,
mean they're just gonna check you out, or does that mean they're gonna like cut you up?
I don't know what's going on.
Okay,
I don't know what's going on. See, because I had all those tests done, right? And
okay,
and unfortunately, they all came back. Well, okay, I should, I guess, not complain that they all came back negative. But then, what the hell was it that I had for close to 2 weeks? It was brutal, and I'm still not
okay.
completely 100%. So I don't understand. It's probably
Well, get
part
it
of
all.
it. Yeah.
Colonoscopy is just checking you out, right? It's
Oh,
not.
oh
They're not.
yeah.
Okay, well
Oh,
that's good.
this will
You
be
need.
my
Yeah.
fourth one in my life.
Oh,
I'm not
good.
worried. I'm not worried about the colonoscopy. That process is a pain in the ass, though, getting ready for it. But
Sure.
other than
No
that,
pun
I'm.
intended. Dun-dun.
Mm,
Yeah, well,
colonoscopy
man,
is
it's
great.
good for you that I mean, you'll have the peace of mind, one way or another. Like you'll have
That's true.
the closure, if you will, hopefully.
Yes. Well, because they found a polyp, it's now every 3 years that I have to be having
Ah,
these.
okay.
Yeah, but the polyp was benign, so everything was good on that. But yep, your colonoscopy great for your health, easy as cancer to cure. Please get one, friends. This is true. This is true. Any tips for
Yeah.
beating the self checkout? You know what? Everyone has their own methods. Construct your own.
This guy
Yeah.
in somewhere in rural England, David Atkinson, he's had
Mm-hmm.
two. I don't know his personal story so well, but I think he's pretty, uh, whatever. Like he's fairly, what am I trying to say? Like forthcoming about his health issues, and he's a really really fit guy, and he's a cyclist, and he had, I think he had like a terrible bicycle accident was like one thing that happened to him, and it like put it like wiped him out for like 6 months maybe. Don't quote me on it, but
Oh,
something like
wow.
that. And then he also has had like something with his plumbing, like this plumbing went, something similar to you, where he has to get checked out every once in a while, and they have to give him a clear bill of health, and he's kind of outspoken about, hey, this is something that you shouldn't. So if you spend some time on his channel, I kind of admire that, somebody who's like takes an unfortunate situation and puts whatever positive spin they can on it by at least making it less taboo, and
Hmm.
which I think you just talking about it helps people like me who like, I don't want to go in there for that colonoscopy, but I know I have to. I'm
Yeah.
48, and I haven't gone down that road yet.
Oh, you
And it's like,
haven't? Oh, mm,
no, no, and it's
this is
coming
truly
for me. And
sad.
it's just like talking about it. That's like, okay, yeah. I mean, whatever. It's like, yeah, I gotta. But I'm like really hospital. Mike, were you hospital averse? Were you like doctor averse, or do you love going to the doctor? Or like, I hate going to the doctor. I mean, maybe everybody hates, but like, I really, really hate hospitals, and I hate going. And even when I'm
Uh,
sick, and even when I know there's something wrong, I don't want to go.
they it depends on the doctor, to be honest with you. I mean, I've had here in Northwest Arkansas, we do have some really fine surgeons, but their bedside manner is to be desired. I'll tell you that. But as long as they get the job done, I don't care. Um, I don't know. It is what it is. The other thing I was going to say for the gentlemen out there, make sure, I know this is not fun, but at least when you hit 40, my people out there that are over 40, go every year and go get that proctology thing. I know it's not fun, but you don't want to end up like Frank Zappa. You don't want to end up, it's just, you want to be around, and if they can catch it early, hey, more power to you. Everything better in the long run.
Is that what got Zappa? Colon cancer?
53 for
Oh,
prostate
he's
cancer.
so young.
Yeah.
So young. Poor Zappa. He was so upset about it too. He was like, you could just tell in those late interviews, like he's like, I don't want to leave. I got much more to give. You can see the sort of frustration on his face. I mean, he's accepted the fate, but he's not. I mean, nobody would be happy about it, obviously. But he's like, you just know that there was so much more.
Yes, we are
Imagine like
talking ascot.
yeah, weird test. Anyway, what else? What's that? What else is going on with you? That sucks. I hope you get through that all clear and with, yeah, peace of mind. What else is going on? Are you working? How's the fam? Do you have a dog or cat? I forgot. You
Yeah,
have some pets?
Toby's my
Toby.
furry
That's
furry
right.
grand cat. She hopefully will make an appearance today in the show here. She usually makes a brief one. But Nick says, I have more docs than you have fingers. Please manage your health. It's your responsibility. No one else is in charge of your health. This is true. Please, I beg you all.
That novice Nick said that. That's good. That's good
Yes,
insight.
yeah, very much so. Nick's a good
It's your
guy.
own responsibility. Nobody else is going to take care of you in the end. Yeah.
Oh, stop.
I'm
Yeah,
having
like I
my
said,
yeah. Sorry to interrupt. Keep going.
no, that's okay. I agree, especially with our shithole healthcare system. Oh boy. Mhm.
I tell this story sometimes. Like I was in a pharmacy once, quite a while ago, but I was in this pharmacy just sitting quietly, like waiting for them to prepare a prescription for either me or my kids or something. And there was the only other person that was in the place was this non-Japanese woman, a little bit older than me, or
Mhm.
quite a bit older than me. And I was looking, she was kind of noticing me and I was kind of noticing her and we weren't really talking. And after a couple of minutes, she said, "Excuse me." And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Are you American?" And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Isn't this crazy?" Because we were both going to walk out of this place basically with free medicine, you know? And I was just like, "Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It is
Wow.
pretty crazy." Yeah, I mean, it's not free, but it's like, we all pay for it. But people go to the
Right.
doctor. Like, the first like year that I was in Japan, I fucking broke my arm, and I was so scared to go to the hospital because I was like, I can't afford it, whatever it costs. I don't know what it's gonna cost, but I just know that I can't afford it. And like, yeah, I broke a broken arm, and then like 9 years later, I broke a finger or something. I got another bone broken, and I went out. And by the time I walked out, it was like the whole thing said and done was like $30. I was like, "Are you sure?" And they were like, "Yep." I'm like, "Are you sure?" And they're like, "Yeah, we're sure." I'm like, "Wow, it's crazy. It's
Hmm.
crazy how this works." Yeah,
I don't
and
know.
yeah, I don't know how they fix it, but people talk about like in Canada or wherever, they just compare. Like, I guess the American healthcare system is easy to compare to Canada's, and I don't know anything about this stuff, but they say that you have to wait for doctors. Like I always hear people about, yeah, we could have this system too, but you'd have to wait 6 months for a doctor. Are you having to wait for a doctor, Paul? Are you having to like
Uh,
sign up? And is it,
my
yeah,
general practitioner, she is ridiculously hard to get into, and I would say it was about 5 6 months just to get an
you,
appointment with my GP.
you're kidding me.
Mm-mm.
You're kidding me. Are you serious?
Yeah, it's ridiculous
What?
now.
You can't, but can you just like go to the you can't go to just a doctor and have a visit and explain some symptoms and get some treatment and walk out? You can't do that?
Okay, so here's like for example, I'll mention this here. So here's what happened. Okay, this was maybe now a month ago. All right, that I had this the intestinal issue. So I knew, I mean, I called my doctor, just to say, hey, this is what's going on, da 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 da. And the scheduling people, they're like, well, unfortunately, she is way backed up by about like four to 5 months, right? And so he goes, but because you have symptoms, we can send you to a clinic in, and it turned out that there was a newer clinic in town only 2 minutes away from my house, and
Okay.
it's in the Walmart,
Okay.
and
So
it
it's kind of
looks
like the air.
now.
It's like the airports. They'll like book you on another flight or something like that if there's
And
one available.
so I got my tests run there.
Okay. Like the next day, basically immediately. It just wasn't from your general practitioner. Is that what you're saying, essentially?
That I got that taken care of that day. A couple hours later, got the blood
Okay.
work done. They gave me the stuff for the stool sample because um, the scheduling. But I took care of that. Dropped it back off at facility, and then they gave me the results when they knew them through the centralized system.
Okay.
So yeah.
I think here maybe it's like I don't. I mean, like I said, I'm not the greatest person to know about this stuff because I just kind of avoid them in general. But like, hold on a second. I'm going through a tunnel here.
Yeah, I could tell. Hmm.
The my kid got my kid got a cavity, and but like the like the next cleaning after he had like some sealants, done on his teeth, he had some like typical sort of like, do you want the extra polish on there so that he doesn't get cavities? And they were like, yeah, throw it on, and it was whatever. You have to pay for things like this out of pocket. Like they'll replace a tooth like like if you want a ceramic tooth, like a white ceramic tooth, you get one free one, and then they charge you like $500 a tooth. But if you want the silver or gold or whatever or if you want the silver one, then it's free. And they have things like this. It's like you can get the basic treatment for free. If you want something a little bit special on top of that, you got to pay a little extra for that. So like maybe LASIK surgery. It's I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking of these sort
Mm,
of like what would they call them? You know, like. But anyway, we go. The kid gets the from the dentist. He's got a cavity. He's got a tiny little cavity, and my wife was like, "But we just got the sealant things on him the last time, like 3 months ago. How could he possibly have a cavity in that little amount of time?" And she went to another dentist, and she was like, "We're gonna go see if this is really because it doesn't look like a cavity." And she went to another dentist, and the other dentist was like, "No, no, no, it's not a cavity." And I don't know if that's to say that the health care wasn't good, but what I'm trying to say is that my wife wasn't really precious about going to the same dentist. She was willing to like be like, okay, well, we're done with this dentist. We'll go to a different dentist. And I think if you don't like, we don't have. I wouldn't say that we have our regular doc. We do have our regular doctors, but we might have like I don't know, like 10 regular doctors that we go to, and we kind of like circle around them. There's not this like one-to-one relationship with the doctor. Is that the way that most of the people in the States are? When you say general practitioner, are you assigned somebody by an insurance? I'm sorry, I know nothing about this. Are you
oh,
assigned somebody? Do you feel
um,
more comfortable going to the same person over? Is it your preference or is it the medical industry's preference
my
or
preference,
both?
my preference.
Okay,
But I mean, I missed my doctor before the doctor that I had, and of course, he was in business for over 40 years, and he retired. He was a very stern but caring man, and I missed his way of doing things. You know,
right.
this one here is like completely 180, and I'm going, and I've been thinking about I don't know, eventually leaving this one too. I've only in the 18
Okay,
years I've been down here, I've only had four doctors.
right, right.
So
Wait,
I mean,
remind me, you said since you've been down here, where were you before you were down here?
Chicagoland.
That's right, Chicagoland. Okay.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep.
When did you move? When did you leave Chicago? What age were you when you first left?
Um, 40. I was almost 40 years
40.
old.
Wow, that's a big
I
move at
came
40.
down. Yeah, I came down summer of '07, and I've been here since.
And you packed up a whole house and a whole family and a whole everybody, and you guys went to Arkansas? Was that the way it worked?
It was just me at first.
Just you at first. Okay.
See, I thought I was going to like, okay, I was supposed to get a home. Three things. I was supposed to get a home office job. Okay.
Okay.
I had a fiance, so we
Right.
were planning on trying to get married, and
Okay.
then hopefully get to see my older son, who lived not too far
Okay.
away. Home office job got yanked out from under me. I had to go scramble to get another job, and I already was on my way down here. The 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 wedding thing, the fiance thing, that unfortunately, I'm not even going to go into why that didn't happen. We stayed friends, but bad taste in my mouth afterwards on all that nonsense. And then I did get to see my older son. Now, my ex wife, she kind of sort of hid my kids back up north, and I tried with legal means and couldn't get nowhere with it. And I got kind of depressed. And I said, I don't know if I'm ever going to see my other kids. I hope so. That's why I never changed my phone number. And lo and behold, I'd say maybe about 18 months later, after I came down here, I got a phone call from her, and she goes, I screwed up. Can you get
Oh,
them?
okay.
And I ended up having my kids. And I basically, for 10 years, I was the single dad.
Wow, I didn't know this story, Paul. I mean, I picked up pieces here and there, but like, wow, thank you for sharing. Thank you for being so on it, yeah, thank you for sharing that.
It's
Yeah, man.
something.
Yeah, in Japan, it's a really big problem. I mean, especially in these international marriages, they have the court actually they do this thing where they want to preserve continuity for the children. So these parents who kind of run off with the kids, so long as they can keep them for long enough away from the parent who they've abducted them from, they're entitled to keep them, and so they're almost like incentivized to you're like a parent who's in a situation where they just want to, like, I don't know, cut out the other parent from the relationship. If they work it right and they basically can get off the radar for just 5 months, they have to get off the radar for five, and it's like a, nationwide issue. It's like a pandemic. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of families affected by this kind of thing, and I mean, but that's so cool that you got your kids and yeah. I mean, like, I feel like I'm lucky that I survived the age where, my kids, like, even if, not that I want to even think about it, but like my kids, I got past the age where they won't remember, they'll remember, they wouldn't like forget me, like we have like adult human relationships, but when they break up families, when they're little kind of babies, the kids don't remember their moms or dads.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, that's screwed up.
Well,
Well,
my
thank
five
God. Yeah.
five kids are, as of yesterday, my youngest daughter turned 28, and
Wow.
my oldest son is 38, gonna be
Okay, 28 to 30, 20, you said 20 to 38? 18
28,
year spread?
28 to 38.
10-year spread. Well done,
Mm-hmm.
buddy. Well done. Some good loving, man. Nice, dude. Good for you.
Yeah.
Man, you're blessed. You're very blessed. I'm also
Yes, I am.
I'm the oldest of 5 kids, man, and it's the greatest. It's just the greatest having a big family. I love it. Everything's crazy and there's all kinds of, but in the end, it's wonderful in my case, even though it's like fucked up as well, it's also wonderful.
Yeah. So I love Lisa. Lisa goes, Paul, been busy. I actually also have 3 children waiting in heaven
Oh my
as
God,
well.
Paul.
So
Oh my God.
the mom is up there for 2 of them, but the dad's not there yet.
Well, you had a song. You just had the anniversary of your beloved one's passing a couple of days ago, right? I saw a bit of that. Yeah.
Oh,
You
you're
had like a
talking.
heavenly birthday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
there was
that
some
was Jessica.
Jessica, and then when I came on, oh, you were playing Blues Traveler. That's what it was.
Oh, see
You were
that?
playing
Believe it.
Jessica.
The Jessica.
Okay, sorry.
I played.
Okay.
No, it's for Jessica. I played Fish's going down the number line, which is one of our favorite songs. But with Mary Ellen, who was the mother of 2 of my children, and she's up there too now with them. She made a mixtape. She was the only one to ever make a mixtape for me, and the last song. I mean, she knew how to make mixtapes like I know how to make mixtapes. And the last song was Just Wait from Blues Traveler. And I am like, every time that I've heard that, I almost bawl like a baby because that song hits me.
Man, that's so cool to hear that. I never heard you mention That's so great, man. I'm so happy to hear that. It's great. It's so amazing that music can have the power to connect us, and like even like you mentioned, yeah, it's just crazy, man. It's so cool. That record, that Blues Traveler record, that was what, 94, 93, 90, I
94.
don't remember, 94, right? Like
Yeah.
that was huge in my world when I was
So
probably like a soft, yeah.
so get this, the day that I did that show, okay,
Hmm.
there was a concert announcement that dropped for a smaller venue in the next town over. It's called the Momentary. Blues Travelers coming in late October.
Nice.
I'm hoping to go, and then as an opening act, the Spin Doctors will be there too. And I've seen the Spin Doctors, but it's been 20 years.
Hey,
What's up, Dave?
not much. Just
This is true. Music connects us all. That is absolutely right.
Man,
Yeah.
what happened to Blues Traveler? John Popper was such a visionary dude, such a virtuoso. Like the fact that they like went away for 30 years, like that's totally unfair.
Kept track of them. I never kept track.
What happened to him? I didn't even know he had like a big health thing. He had like
Mhm.
he lost. Yeah, that guy was not healthy.
No.
He was not healthy, but he's still around. But John Popper's still with us, right?
I'm sure.
I'm sorry.
John
think so.
Popper is still the leading
Yes.
Blues
Oh, yeah.
Traveler. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, they were awesome. I saw him a handful of times, and like that guy, he was amazing.
I said, Jeff says, "Hi, Paul. Don't you have enough time at Walmart to retire?" I have got to wait less than 2 years to hit 20 with this stupid company. To top that off, I have less than 4 years, 4 years before I can semi-retire and maybe get down to like a part-time job.
Yeah.
Then I can do more of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does look fit now. I'll tell you, that those health scares really got him.
I haven't.
John Popper looks fit.
Was he? Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, good. Okay.
Almond Betts at Back Home Festival here this weekend. That ought to be pretty damn good.
Dickie Betts. Yeah, or whatever his name is.
Dickie Betts.
Is that-
Oh, Dickie Betts is dead.
Oh,
It's the kids.
Okay.
Dickie Betts is dead. Man, that was just not too many years ago as
Right.
well. Yeah. I was rambling last night. Rambling. Lord, I was born rambling. That's the Almonds,
Man.
right?
I like that song,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, I was rambling like a mofo last night.
Kids are.
Man, that's and backwards down the number line, Paul. To hear you mention that, my heart skipped a beat. Holy shit, that's a great.
There
name
used
drop.
to be a cool station called the X down here. I think a lot of towns have an X, right? But it's a radio station. But they used to have a really good version of the X down here, and they would play a lot of different stuff. We would listen, especially like noon to 1, the Lost X lunch, which was 90s music. They would play
Right.
like all over the place. And Jessica's a 90s girl.
Uh-huh.
You know, she only
Yeah.
made it to 40. Okay. But she was born in the late 70s. So she was a 90s girl. So
Me too.
and she was so excited, like when I took her to Primus.
Right.
She was just
Cool.
like, it was like, Winona and Jerry and Ty and
Yeah.
just like the whole thing was great. But Fish, I kind of got her into that a little bit. Like the first track I remember hearing they used to play on the X was Down with Disease, which I'm like,
Man,
that's how
a
I got
good
turned on to
set.
Fish.
Dude, you
Mhm.
are speaking to my language, man. That's really great. Down with Disease is the only Fish song that ever got a video made directed
What a
by
video.
bassist.
What a weird ass video.
Never seen
It's true.
that.
It was on MTV like in the middle of the night. It was a
What-
weird video. I can barely remember it, but it was like they're in an aquarium, and it's just really off. It's really out there, and it like doesn't make a whole lot. Actually, I need to see it again. I haven't seen it in ages, but I remember it's very of its time. It's very spin doctories. You know what I found the other day? I was on this Japan vinyl tag thing, and I listened to a Screaming Trees song, which I think of as a '90s band.
Mm-hmm.
Even though
I've
I think
heard of
they're really
them.
technically in '80s.
Yeah.
But I was trying to think, like, how do I know Screaming Trees? Like, did I have their CD or something? So I'm going through their discography, like looking for something and I thought, okay, I couldn't find anything that looked familiar. And I was like, maybe it was on a compilation. And I revisited like the No Alternative compilation. Paul, you guys must remember that one. There was like this '90s, and then there was the Reality Bites soundtrack.
That's a
was
good
also
soundtrack.
What was
I've
it,
never seen that
Sequels?
movie though. Would you believe? I've never seen Reality Bites.
You know the soundtrack, right? Yeah.
Some kind of, yeah.
And there was another one, X. You said X, which jogged my memory, like songs in the sound of X.
Mhm.
And they were all these like '90s '90s bands that there's almost like the nuggets of the '90s, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure, yeah.
I could see
Just these
that.
kind of obscure one-hit wonders, sort of, that are like pretty good songs, but don't really deserve complete. Yeah, they're good. There's good compilations. I think maybe I'll do a video. Maybe I'll go recollect those. Because
See?
those, like, and they, every song, like, you don't know what's on the album and nothing looks familiar. But as soon as one song's over, you know exactly what the next song is because you've listened to it 10,000 times.
Mark
Yeah.
Lanigan, leader of the Screaming Trees, had an amazing solo career. Of course, he's gone too now.
Oh, yeah, I heard about
I think the
that.
tracks,
Okay.
some people.
I used to joke around about those 90s bands, the one-hit wonders. It's like, yeah, their greatest hits is the same song tracked 12 times. Here's the Espanol version. Here's the Finland version. It's played
Right.
backwards. Ask Brian if he's heard the new Gorilla Toss song featuring Trey and Stephen Malkmus.
No, no, but I saw Stephen Malkmus in the studio the other day with Trey of Pavement, and I know Trey must be a big Pavement head because he's
I think they're back together,
Yeah,
Marcy
he's
Playground.
Marcy Playground, yeah.
yeah, I love Pavement. Pavement's like one of the greatest bands ever. No, Gorillas. To drop that on me, Herc. When you know what it, tell me. Like, send me a link or something. I want to know about that. Herc, I'm loving the funny videos you're sending my way recently. Herc's a fish head.
Was
Herc
it?
knows fish. Yeah, he knows fish. He sent me some hilarious.
Marillion, I need to hear a little more of. I only know a little bit.
I only know one song by him. Yeah.
And this I wish I could tell you the song or two I heard. It was okay. I don't know. Maybe I just need to hear some more.
Marillion had that hit Kaylee. I know that's about the one song I know by him.
Riding around downtown by myself, and I've had too much caffeine. I want sex and candy. I hate fish. You fish hater.
No, you're supposed to say Primus sucks.
Alice in Chains. In elementary school, people would tease me by calling him boy. I love Stephen Malkmus.
Yeah, Sean.
Oh, fish. Herc. I thought you were brethren. I thought you were fish brethren. But Paul, like that your little backwards down the number. I think I've heard you mention that. You told me that once before, but still, that's instant street cred. It's instant fish cred.
Yeah, it was funny because we'd sing along. Yeah, we'd sing along.
It's actually the song is a tribute. Do you know what the song's about?
Mm-mm.
Oh shit! Here comes the ambulance.
Uh-oh. Japanese meat wagon, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me get out of his way. The streets are kind of narrow, and I want to get out of his way.
I love the Dead too. Yes, I do.
Let me come over here. If you're gonna come this way, then I'm screwed.
Smush. No, I'm kidding. That's not. I don't know. I shouldn't be laughing. That's not funny.
Dark humor.
Yeah. Japanese meat wagon.
Anyway.
Why is he?
Yeah. What do you got, guys? It's Friday here. Thank God it's Friday. I know you guys are still Thursday, but you got any plans for the weekend?
No.
No.
Are you a weekend worker, Paul, or do you take the weekends off, or what?
I wish I could take the weekend. I have Saturdays. I have Wednesdays and Saturdays, and so Saturdays I try to do some stuff. Sundays I work, unfortunately, but I'm usually done by 4, so it's like I can maybe catch something from Sunday night. Yeah. So I've had one. Oh, I only have one Marillion on disc. Their first one. Yes. But I don't know. I mean, like I said, between me not feeling well half the time, and I mean, I did manage to go and find a little bit of thrift store finds Wednesday.
Cool.
Yeah. I got a Pink Floyd DVD, and I got a couple other things I'm going to show in a little bit, having to do with the title of the video for the day. I know, this. I love these conversations. I do. Especially finding out little slices of Japan over there. Because this heat is unbearable. Yeah, it almost doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where the hell in the world you are. The heat is unbearable. You are right. It was 90 today.
I think it's 89 or 90 here right now too.
We're supposed to get rain, but I think it's going to be still too hot to go out. You betcha. You betcha. I heard some people. We had Def Leppard on Monday, and Bret Michaels, and some people got sick. I don't know what heat stroke or whatever the hell, but thankfully not a lot of people. But that's one of the reasons why I can't do outdoor concerts too much unless it's under a canopy. I really got sick at work the other day. 110. Holy shit!
Yeah, watch out.
That's not good. You guys got to be careful.
Stroke or anything? Yeah.
Very, very
Jesus.
careful. Take frequent breaks. Drink lots of damn water. Water, kids, not beer, okay? I mean, as much as we'd like to drink beer at our job and say, hey, there's water in it, drink water. Or at least Gatorade, something to keep those electrolytes in.
Very true.
This has been the Psycho Platter health episode. We care about your guys' health just as much as we do. And
Are you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, nothing. And one prescription Psycho's going to give you is to take some of your favorite records and play them this weekend at turn it to 11. That's louder than 10.
Nice. I'm just excited to play any record. I was so busy this week. There's dust on my there's records that have been on my turntable for a week, maybe. And well, actually I took care of it. They're up until yesterday, I think. I want to get in on that 12-inch single tag that's kind of going around.
Oh, there's
You
a
guys been
12-inch
seeing those
single tag,
videos?
huh?
Kind of, yeah. Rob Walker Play the Music in Manchester was just commemorating his 200th video with a 12-inch spotlight, and the 12-inch. I mean, any thoughts on the 12-inch? I don't really have any, but
I only own maybe two. That's it. I only own maybe 2 12-inch.
I've only got a couple, and
yeah, me too.
Like my favorite, and I'll get the mood to play it. I know it's disco R&B, but I have a 12-inch extended mix of Hot Chocolates. Everyone's a Winner.
I know that
I
song.
love that damn song.
The 45 record to it.
Mm-hmm. But the 12-inch, like right in the middle, it does this weird disco-y type keyboard thumpy breakdown to it, and then goes right back into the song. About 2-3 minutes later, I'm like, what the hell was this? And but yeah, that and I don't know. I can't remember the other one. I want to say the other one is Rapper's Delight. It's a hip hop, and you don't stop.
I think I read The Only Way to Get Rappers Delight. It wasn't put on a 45 record, was it?
I think later it was, but it was edited.
It was originally a 12-inch single. I'm sure I read that. Rapper's Delight.
Man, I saw a copy of Peter Gabriel, but the other day, and it was on the same. It was the same motif as another 12-inch I have. I have Sledgehammer, a 12-inch of Sledgehammer, and it was this, and the Sledgehammer motif it actually has a sledgehammer, but it's blue. It's in the same sort of design style as the album. So do you remember the cover of it? Right? So it was black and white on a white background or whatever. And so I saw Biko, and I was like, is Biko on that record? I don't think Biko is on that record. And then I went and looked it up, and like it wasn't. But but it was on another. It was a live version of Biko, this famous one that's on. I think it's the only version of Biko, basically.
Album, yeah.
The Melt.
The Melt, yeah.
And, but I revisited my Sledgehammer single, and you know how Sledgehammer? Do you remember how Sledgehammer starts?
Yeah.
It has this like,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's, but it's got that little at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
The 12-inch version of it has like 3 minutes of that. It's got
really?
3 minutes of like this, like, and it's really funky and weird. And like, if you played it at a club, you'd have people being like, "What is this? Like, what? It's cool, but what is it? You know?" And then suddenly there's this huge drop, and it's like 10 times the power
Again,
of the radio play mix. Is really cool.
Fun, fun,
Did you
fun.
see Harry Styles do Sledgehammer in Howard Stern studio?
I know
Oh
who Harry
Oh,
my.
Styles is.
you got that's actually pretty good. Oh, what? We're down on Harry Styles. I'm not.
No,
No.
no,
I just
I like
no. It's just
One
I just don't really
Direction.
care for that stuff.
I like One Direction.
Oh no,
Actually,
you got it all wrong. You got it all wrong. You got to go check this video. It's great, man. It's Sledgehammer, Harry Styles, and Howard Stern. Highly recommend it.
I never. Nope, I haven't seen that clip either.
Really good.
Security or PG4 is my favorite.
They
Yeah, those
talk,
first couple Peter Gabriel albums are really good.
have you know like the studio like Real World Studios, right? You know his studio. Have you ever
Mm.
seen it before?
I don't know.
Have you seen
Mm-mm.
it like what it looks like? Oh,
Mm.
dude, it's like this spaceship. He's got this like nice kind of like typical old school house on like a couple of acres in the countryside of England somewhere. And then like behind his house, he's got this other house, and it's this crazy like copper like spaceship like geometric thing. It's really crazy cool. And then on the inside of it, it looks like the fucking USS Enterprise. It's all just like crazy windows, and it's called Real World Studios, and I think a ton of great famous records were cut there.
Wow.
And Harry Styles talks about going to the studio and like visiting it. I don't know for what, but he's talking to the engineer, and he's like, can we crank Sledgehammer while we're in here? And the engineer is like, everybody does it. And so they're in the
Mm.
house system, and they crank Sledgehammer in the yeah, at the mixing board at Real World Studios, which sounds like a damn good time.
I bet it was. Yeah.
Well, hey man, I'm at home and I gotta get to work. It's fun hanging out with you. Thanks for inviting me up. I appreciate it, Paul.
Oh,
Nice
listen,
to
thanks
see.
for coming dropping by.
No, man, thanks for telling me your story, some more of your story. It's nice to get to know you a little bit more. And Dave, we
Yeah.
had such a nice little get to know you a few months back. I had a
Well,
good time.
I tried, Brian.
Wait,
Anyway,
what was the town? Forgive me. Where are you originally from?
Western Nebraska,
No, the name of the town. Come on.
McCook.
McCook Dave. It's not even Wyoming Dave. It's McCook Dave.
Soon to be Wisconsin, Dave.
That's true.
I know. I
Yeah,
know.
He's all over
All
the
right.
place.
I know.
Gents, I'll see you on the next stream, yeah?
Take it easy, Brian. Take it easy.
All right,
Take
thanks for
care.
having me up. All right, bye guys. Bye, Peanut. Sorry I didn't engage with anybody.
No
See you guys
problem.
next time. Bye.
Such a good guy. I'm telling you. The Jewel of the Orient, ladies and gentlemen, Brian
Cool, dude. Yeah, I agree.
from Tokyo Record Style.
This why I'm using another webcam.
Oh, jeez. When you moving, Dave?
Maybe September if you're.
See, there you go. And then you can be a cheesehead. You can be a Packer fan.
Oh yeah.
You can go to the Oktoberfests and wear the lederhosen and hear your. You'll fall in love with Slim Whitman. Yeah, you just never know. Love RB. The first album is a punk garage classic, but don't overlook the second album, Lying Eyes.
Oh,
Is great too. Radio Birdman, yes.
I've heard of them. I don't have ever come across that album.
Give me a minute. I have gonna go and get some more of the good stuff here, and then we will continue with where we're going to go on this. At least most of it.
Maybe I'll just compare it to Yeah, Crystal, they do have good cheese in Wisconsin. True. Hey, Deadwax 66, are you behaving? I know you're not. Hey, Volunteer Escape. I dare you to get up on Cam on Paul's show sometime. Come on now. That's what I expect from you, Randy. So look, Some of your posters. I should look at some of your posters while you're gone. And that isn't cool. That's a nice short haircut, Paul. I agree.
Well, thank you. Like I said, it helps out a great deal. Eat a lot of cheese in Wisconsin. Yeah, you want to go to one of those Swiss Colony outlet stores. Those are fun over in Monroe, Wisconsin. Yes.
I have to look at one. I was telling Randy, are you behaving? Are you behaving, Randy? He said, never.
Never.
Hey, James
Never,
Farley.
never. So let's see.
Oh, what did I want? Oh, can you read this? I already showed you this album yesterday. But right here it says, well, should be played by maximum volume on the left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And that's one of those albums you definitely want
Yeah.
to play. 211.
What happened?
Well, no, just so.
I
all
told
right.
I told Chris Hill, don't. I put him out, block, ignore Chris Hill if someone's bothering me.
So let's get to some of this title. Alive and Well, up on the chicken train. Now,
what's the chicken train?
I'll get there. I'll get there. I know you're not the cool label, Dave. Indeed.
Yeah.
So I ended up make myself big for a minute here. I ended up picking up some cheap, on the cheap. I picked up dollar albums. I picked out dollar CDs, and I picked out a $2 Pink Floyd DVD. Okay, not too shabby, I think, in my opinion. Exactly. So, Alive and Well, 1969,
Cool.
B.B. King. Here's the front.
Be right back.
Here's the back. This one here is a gatefold. And of course, at that time, I know they've got a slight cover split up on top, but ABC Records Bluesway label. And I thought I would play off of this. This show, if I remember correctly, was a March 1969. Wait, let me make myself small here. March 1969. The track is I Want You So Bad, with special guest Al Cooper on piano and a few other fun musicians here. I Want You So Bad from Alive and Well. The whole album is pretty damn good. I don't have very much B.B. King stuff in my collection. Another good choice is the albums that Johnny Winter made with Muddy Waters. Now, I do happen to have Hard Again, which Manish Boy, which is really I'm a Man. Oh, I love that version.
I've never heard that one.
I don't know. I hopefully it'll stay that way. Yes, he was great. I kept trying to see him the last couple of years, but the tickets were too ridiculous, and I just could not afford them. See, now that's pretty damn cool, having all the Johnny Winter catalog. I could have sworn that I remember hearing that there's some archival Johnny Winter, I think, going to get released sometime this year. I wish I had more details. And then this just came into my brain. New Waylon Jennings, archival, unreleased, coming in October. Okay, if you like Waylon, you're going to want to say, supposedly there's a total of 2 albums of unreleased stuff. This will be the first to come out. I can't remember the mic. I'll need to check it out. Hooker just looks so cool, and his voice is amazing. You betcha. How. Yeah, easily one of my favorite scenes for the whole movie. The whole Maxwell Street vibe was perfect. Maxwell Street in Chicagoland was like a big melting pot. It was a flea market type thing, but there'd be blues music. There'd be lots of food. I mean,
okay.
I never got to go to Maxwell Street, but I've seen enough, either documentaries or news reports and things. I was too young because Maxwell Street, I want to say they shut that down by the mid to late 80s. Have you ever seen the time to search for Robert Johnson? No, actually, I haven't. I probably need to. Yeah, it's good, Chris. I like the footage of his stepson, Robert Lockwood Jr. He's the Honey Boy in the Honey Boy Edwards interview. So then I found, like I said, that dollar album I got. And then I finally found a decent copy of this. I know it's a common album, but the point of the matter is I've never really come across.
I'm a dummy. Which Chicago album is that? Because I don't.
This is Chicago 9, which they call the Chicago 9 Greatest Hits. And
the first few albums are all named Chicago 1 through 9 or whatever.
This is what this looks like. Mm-hmm. You've got all the songs on here. Your okay, it is custom label.
Yeah, cool.
For 1975. Now, I hate this when I do this to myself.
It's hard
to put these damn records in.
Yeah.
But now there was actually 3 different versions of this vinyl when it came out. Now, what do I mean? The American version is, of course, the one that I've got here. There also was a UK version, which changed a song or two and shortened another one. And there also was a different edition in Brazil. Go figure. But this is what I wanted to play because, damn it, this is one of my favorites. And you know what? I love Terry Kath era stuff. I thought that was always the best. But I remember hearing this on the radio when I was a kid, and I didn't know who it was at first. Then when I found out who it was, I was like, oh, wow. And I started exploring catalog. We're going to play the whole long thing, kids, off the first album, Beginnings.
I've heard that song before, exactly.
All right, almost all 7 minutes, 50 seconds of Beginnings. A little bit of a Doobie Brothers sound.
Well,
there's one Chicago album track, don't remember the title, I think should have been released as a single, but wasn't. This does not surprise me. Record companies think they're all-knowing when they're really a bunch of idiots. I didn't care for them much when they changed their sound. I will admit this, okay? The Terry Kath era was the best era, okay? After he died, it changed. It's all there is to it. In fact, eventually, in Jukebox from Hell, there is another Chicago album I'm going to bring up because we did 21. We did that one, but it's either going to be 14 or 15 I'm going to be bringing up because there was a lot of drama around that time too. But as far as did I like the David Foster stuff? Some of it, but not all of it. I think personally they pushed the horn players more off to the side, which I'm like, they're part of the damn sound. Quit trying to fuck the formula. At least the band formula.
Oh, do you like the songs Hard Habit to Break or Your Inspiration? Not really.
I don't mind them. I just they're not on my show.
Yeah,
do you remember the single of Harry Truman? Yes, but that was quite some time. That was like what, mid-70s for that, right?
75 approximately, yeah.
Happy Man.
Happy.
One of my favorite Chicago tunes. So the next thing I'll show you. I don't know where the damn album is. But
you need to find out then.
No.
No.
But I picked up a copy of Black Oak, Arkansas's Launch and Roll.
Oh, cool! Yeah.
Which is live from '72, which got released in
I know I did them. I was at the state sale. They had 2 Black Oak Arkansas albums. I decided not to get them. They were only 50 cents. I should have got them. Oh wow.
Damn right you should have got them. Jeez, man.
I don't know.
That's all right. That's all right. You'll find them. You'll find them down the line. But yeah, Saturday in the Park. I think it was the 4th of July.
Yep, I've heard that one.
So from Raunch and Roll from Black Oak, Arkansas. This seems to be Long Song Day. Now, you guys are lucky I'm only putting the 9-minute version, as everybody's like, oh, Jesus, there's a 9-minute version of something. Because I've seen 15 and 17-minute versions of this, and I'm not going to do this. This was a brand new song. It was highly, highly unusual in the early 70s to put new songs on a live album that were not even on a studio album yet. So this one here is called Up. See what I did? We've had Alive and Well. We've got Up, which is from Raunch and Roll Live. And in the middle, I would love to show you the video, but with my luck, I'd get taken down pretty quick. Tommy Aldridge does a drum solo with his hand. You betcha. 9 minutes, 13 seconds of Black Oak craziness. Hell yeah, Ruby Star. She was so hot. She was so cute. And there's a picture of her, if you find it. It's
I don't know. I have to look, Google image search her. I can't. I don't know.
She was a cutie. Unfortunately, she passed away January 1995 of brain cancer. Yeah. Yes, Detective did have Michael DeBar.
I don't know their music, but
pretty smoking track.
Yeah.
So let's see here. So we got to Alive and Well Up. I know everybody's kind of wondering where I'm going on this, and you'll be finding out in a minute. So the $2 DVD that I managed to find, Pink Floyd Live in Pompeii, the director's cut, which
very cool.
I'm told that they put a Blu-ray treatment on this now, but for me to find this for $2, could not screw that up.
No,
also, this just for $1, this struck me odd. The Supreme Ladies, the very best. Now, this talk about a cash-in record featuring 5 former members of the Supremes. Now, I have not listened to this. Yeah, it was on Motor City Records. And but your five people, Gene Terrell, Mary Wilson, of course, original, Cherie Payne, Linda Lawrence, and Suze Green.
Jean Terrell was a good singer. She replaced Diana, I remember.
Linda Lawrence is in here too. So, I mean, the thing is that it's not Supreme stuff. Like Mary Wilson does a version of Ooh Child. Cherie Payne does Ain't No Mountain High Enough. So, I mean, I'm nervous about this, but still. But then the other thing that I found for $1 from 1974, Ozark Mountain Daredevil's first album. This is not the one with Jackie Blue. This is the hit If You Want to Get to Heaven, which we've played that one before. But they also happen to have a really goofy song. Here we go. I know you guys have been asking. And it's called Chicken Train. Yes. This will be stuck in your head for a little while. Chicken Train.
It's not too bad of a song, actually. I like it.
Brothers and sisters, we are gathered here to listen to some great music. Ain't that right, Ernesto? You're right. I've always gotten Black Oak, Arkansas mixed up with the Ozark Mountain Daredevils. I think I bought for Black Oak, Arkansas albums, trying to find the one with If You Want to Get to Heaven. Okay, so yeah, it's what they call the Patch Quilt album. The first album is what you want, and then
Jackie Blue's on it. It's El Shine When It Shines. Jackie
Blue is on the next one. Yeah. I love Jackie Blue too. I know If You Want to Get to Heaven. That first album, believe it or not, recorded in England. by, if I remember correctly, Andy Johns or somebody. It'll Shine When It Shines is the second one. We're down to 2 original members and a later 70s member that are on tour right now. But they're finally saying goodbye after, well, being together since like 1970, 71. They've there's been a couple deaths. I got to see them in the 2-member lineup, and they have a really cool lady fiddle player too that sings background. The whole damn thing is worth it, guys. It is. Oh, excuse me. So this explains Alive and Well Up on the Chicken Train. That's today's little. I know. I stretched all over the place when it comes to these titles.
But the whole album is pretty good too. I bet.
Mm-hmm. I was listening to it in the car yesterday. So
I came across that It'll Shine When It Shines I didn't run me so a few years ago, but I was not getting everything I see, all the time.
Sure. Their main output was like 74 to 80.
Yeah.
Okay. They were on A&M until like the end of 79 when they put the Double Live album out, and then they did a one-off on Columbia, which I thought was weird. And then they just kind of, they were still together, but like Columbia dropped them. It was just whatever. But
well, their first 2 albums obviously sold the best, I think. I'm sure.
Oh yeah. I had the pleasure of getting a couple of my albums signed by
Wow, nice.
Soup Granda and oh god, who the hell's the other one? There's 2 of them, and then I have a flexi disc. Yes, one of the albums came with a flexi disc because they didn't have enough time.
Really?
To tack it, so they tacked it on like it was a bonus record. It was in red. I've got it. I've got one of them. I'm told he did 2 of them like that. I have not found the second one, but yeah, there's like 2 extra songs on this flexi disc, and I think it's kind of funny. So now, you know what? I love you guys. I appreciate it. I know the audience kept swimming in and out of here because I don't know who else is on. Somebody must be on because the audience dropped about half within like a couple minutes, unless it was because you guys don't like Black Oak, Arkansas, and that's okay. Can't like everything, right? So what now? What now are we doing? Yes, well, we try to do this in every show. It's time for the Beatles solo session spotlights. Yes. I've got 4 of them set up today. 4 of them. It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. Anyways, first one from summer of '88. Well,
I'm not sure.
This is funny. So, Johnny Cash and Paul McCartney they met in Jamaica. They both had homes in Jamaica at one point. Yes, seriously, they loved Jamaica. And after this song was constructed, there was a third person in on it that kind of just did a mild reworking. And it's Tom T. Hall. So you have a song that's Tom T. Hall, Johnny Cash, and Paul McCartney. And not only that, you've got at that time, Johnny Cash's band is backing Johnny, but also you've got Paul McCartney and his band, the 1988 lineup, okay? Even Linda singing backing vocals on this, and it's called New Moon Over Jamaica. And set this up here. And it's off of the album Water from the Weldon Apples.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So written by Tom T. Hall, Johnny Cash, and Paul McCartney, New Moon Over Jamaica. Last summer, 1988.
Yep, I know who Tom T. Hall is.
He could sing the damn phone book, and I'd buy it. I have all the albums he made before he died. So that's That's one of our Paul ones. We've got another one. It's Paul George centric today.
I got some.
Oh,
Giant,
sorry, Ringo.
I got some Giant Cash Colombian Sun 45s. I have from late
That's
50s,
cool.
60s.
That's always fun.
I like his early country songs too.
I love his Sun material. Yes, I do. So this next one, 1973. Oh boy, I love this song. Boy, do I love this song.
I love when you start with "Oh Boy."
I'd love to play the video of this song, which I remember seeing in a drive-in back in the 70s, because it was a musical clip that would be played before Cheech and Chong movie. There's your hint. So from 1973, oh boy, featuring it's Cheech and Chong, featuring Tyrone Shoelaces,
Oh yeah,
aka George Harrison,
yeah.
on guitar. Also on this particular song, you have Carole King, Billy Preston,
backing vocal. Yeah.
Yep, Michelle Phillips. Yeah, Mamas and the Papas. Darlene Love, and others all over this. And of course, it's called Basketball Jones. I've been a fly on the wall for that recording session. Just to see that all. And yeah, the 70s, anything was possible.
He's talking about the Sister Mary Elephant comedy.
Class, shut up. Thank you. Here's Officer Stadenko. Officer Stadenko. Oh, okay.
And Paul, Earache My Eye was a Billboard Top 10 hit by Cheech and Chong.
I love Earache My Eye.
The 5-minute version or whatever, yeah.
Peter Rudder, that's his name. You just flush your Peter Rudder, that's his name. You just flush your troubles down the drain. My boys still make me play Santa Claus and his old lady. There's a radio station that will play that, either usually Christmas Eve or Christmas Day in this town, and I'm like, yes. If the angel does this, very good. Anyways, so then we go. This one I've never really heard before. This goes to 1989. And you've got on this, it was a charity single in the UK, okay, by the Christians. And before we start that, here's a guy who I bet you in that last song I played was taking a couple hits of his own.
Oh, no.
Yep, I am not surprised about this. Yes.
Oh, yeah. You coaxed me on. I was just eating something, and then I see that you were on, and I saw Cheech and Chong. I'm like, oh, my God, I got him.
Pedro and the Man at the Drive-In.
Oh, yeah.
Cheech and Chong. But I love Basketball Jones. Yes, but
isn't it incredible? What a lineup in that song! I mean, literally, it's like a Live Aid almost in one song.
No stems, no seeds that you don't need. Acapulco Gold is badass weed.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy. So with the Christians, which are Paul McCartney, Gary Marsden from Gary and the Pacemakers.
Oh yeah.
And Holly Johnson. If that name sounds familiar to you, good.
It does.
If not, he's the singer of Relax from Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
And they all went and did. Oops, wrong button. They all did this little version. Yes, and Relaxed. And did this one. Interesting.
I didn't know that.
Neither did I.
This is definitely a change of pace from Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Something tells me this didn't duplicate the success of Jerry and the Pacemakers.
Well, this was a charity single that all the money went for the victims of
Right.
I'm gonna look this song up.
But I'm saying, like, I never even knew about this, and it's like I'm hearing for the first time now. So it didn't really it didn't get past the ferry.
So ferry cross the mercy, 'cause this land's a place I love, and here I'll stay.
Hey, you did a good job of it, that's for sure.
Hey, Paul, I just looked this song up on Wikipedia. It was a top 10 hit in the UK back in '89. Would you believe? Okay.
You wanted me to show the book. This is the book.
Oh,
Beatles
wow, there you go.
Undercover from Kristen Engelhart, 1998.
Awesome.
I do not recall a updated edition, but this is where I'm getting all my references from. So thank you, Kristen
Wow.
and company, for doing all that. Rest in peace, Patrick Walden.
I'll have to make you a Beatles solo sessions theme, intro. Your segment.
Remember, the second record was a big disappointment, but the first was just an interesting and fun record for Frankie Goes to Hollywood. I didn't even know they. Oh, Two Tribes. It was the second album called Two Tribes, I think.
I think so.
It's called Rage Hard or something.
Let me get some more coffee, and then I still have one more solo song, which of course most of you people are going to know and love anyway.
I don't doubt it.
Ow.
Hey, Carmelo, bro, you doing good?
Shit.
Say what?
Are you doing okay, Carmelo?
Yeah, I'm hanging
That's
in there.
Yeah, me too.
Rocking and rolling. Just finished recording some more stuff.
Well, that's cool.
Getting ready to. I'm getting ready to release a record. That I'm real excited about.
Well, that's
It's
fucking
something
awesome.
that it's a collection of songs over the last couple of years that and some from that I've pulled from the past. I go back 20 years, 30 years of recording and
That's cool.
compiling. That's all. I always understand. You get a guy like Paul McCartney with such a long career when he's got to go on tour, how he's going to decide what songs he's going to play and that kind of stuff. I could kind of almost relate to that a little bit.
Yeah.
Toby's
Because
being
it
a
is.
diva tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're like I even fed her, for God's sake. She'd come close, but not enough for me to grab her. Welcome to the Pleasure Dome is a masterpiece.
Oh,
I did not know Steve Howe plays
album.
guitar on it.
I've heard that. Yeah.
That's pretty damn cool.
Oh, yeah.
So this next one,
I'll be right back.
sure, recorded in late 1968, released in the spring of '69. Well, the title of this one was not really the name of the song. It was misread. And, are you recording via digital or tape, Mello?
Digital. I have a digital workstation. Then I have Pro Tools and stuff on the computer that I also use as well. I love it. I'm addicted to it, honestly. I really am.
So originally, on this last album from this classic trio, originally the song was scribbled Bridge, and Eric Clapton wed him, and for some reason there was a hidden joke, but this is why they called it Badge. So Eric and George wrote this. George is all over this thing.
I love playing the song. This song is one of the best, man.
One of my favorite Cream songs.
Me too. Oh my God, I love this song.
Early 1969. Off the Goodbye
And it's crazy. That part that George plays on is so good, and it sucks that they only do it once, because when it fades right there, you're almost expecting it to come back in, Somebody's smoking.
Yeah. Well, we won't go there.
Oh, I can relate. Oh man,
I know you can relate, Mello. I know you can. So how's your day been?
I've been rocking. I've been recording, and I'm getting ready to put out a record, my album. which I'm really, really
And it's
excited
not
about.
on KTEL, ladies and gentlemen. It's not.
No, it's not on KTEL. You know,
Not
I
on
wouldn't mind being
Rocco.
on KTEL though. Yeah,
KTEL Records, 30 original.
KTEL went, but KTEL went national. You know what I mean? If you were on KTEL, it was like you were, you know, you made it if you were on KTEL, because they're not putting nothing on there that wasn't a big sell. They wanted to move those records.
Sure.
So, you know,
I mean,
it's like Weird Al doing your song. You made it if Weird Al picks your song.
Yeah.
That's what Kurt Cobain said. You know, he's like, as much as I have to say, is like, we made it if Weird Al's going to do our song.
Smells like Nirvana. Yeah.
Yeah, it's genius song.
Oh man.
Those
Put the album up through Time Life.
Yeah, right. Columbia Records. Who was the Columbia Records competitor? There used to be two different ones.
B&G RCA record.
Yeah,
company.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
In the 60s and early 70s, there was Capitol Records did their own too. I've got a.
Did they really?
I have a 45 case that actually is from them.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, one of my jazz albums. I found a Ella Fitzgerald, Count Basie. This is the Capitol Record Club version. Would you believe?
Mhm.
Oh really?
Yeah. Actually, I have one.
I didn't know they had their own. I didn't know they had their own club. Was it? You had to put a penny on the thing too and send it in. Remember, you had to tape a penny or a nickel or
Well,
something.
I remember that. Mhm.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
I remember.
I see them in the magazines, like the 8-track clubs that they had back then. Then it went to it always had records, but they had the 8-track club where it was just 8 tracks. You know, it was in TV Guide a lot of times. You'd see them like in the back or something. You know, and then it went to the cassette, you know, only one if you wanted that.
If you go look, like, okay, because I collected comic books for many, many years, they always would have those ads in the comic books.
Yeah.
And they did reel to reels. They did reel to reels up to about 1977. That's when they kind of stopped.
That's right.
And then your 8 tracks would be to the public 1983, but record clubs all the way to 88.
Yeah, B&G.
How many times do you think people scammed Columbia Records? People will put in like fake addresses, put it to their neighbors, and try to catch it. And like
the cat's name was Annie. We called her Annie Peas.
Oh my God!
And got 13 free that way. Yeah, try to go after her now. She's a cat.
I remember in high school, man. All my friends were all doing the Columbia scam. They were calling it, and like literally, people would have like tons of cassettes and just put like fake addresses and. Oh my God,
Really?
So funny. Oh man.
You know, names like Harry Balsack, I.P. Daly,
Mike Hunt.
Oh my God! You know, they had to have known. They had to have known by then. They're like going, really?
No, they had to count their
Sure,
losses.
whatever.
How many times did somebody like they sent the cassettes to and nobody followed through? You know what I mean? Like how many times they had to have like a counter of like some sorts. Oh, we lost another one.
Well, see, here's the thing. Once I found out the true story about those record clubs, I didn't feel sorry one bit for what the hell I did. When I found out that these artists weren't making money, they were not making money on any of those. Okay? And if I remember correctly, I don't even think they counted towards sales either. So
Now let me ask you this: like, how good did it feel though when the package finally came in the mail, and you're opening up like 8 cassettes, and you're pulling out like Who Face Dances, and like Yes 90215, and like you're pulling out all the great like all the top like albums, you know, and then your favorites like you know, Ozzy, Diary of a Madman, you know, Kiss, Lick It Up. I remember like pulling out in one box. That was all in one box, like literally. Crocus, Headhunter. I remember getting that in one of them.
Oh man.
I come across them. You know, I've been thrifting for a lot of years. I'm sure I have probably 10 or more used Columbia Record Club.
Yeah, because they stamped them all. And remember, even Columbia Records would have their own cassette cases. you notice like they had them pink like on the spine. It would be those two pink lines.
Yeah, records
And
is
then-
what I love, but yeah.
And yeah, you know what I mean? They would have like, it would just be the cover, but it wouldn't be like the cassette that you would get from the record company where it would
Right.
fold out. It would just be a Jake, card.
Yep.
And on the back would just have the song titles, and it was white and like,
Pretty basic.
yeah, very basic. And it would say Columbia Records, distributed by Columbia Records.
For one, record company versions, records sound good to me. They all sound good too.
Oh no, they
Yeah.
you know what they probably did? They probably bought them and mass produced without a label on them, and they
Yeah.
printed their own labels. That's probably
Yeah.
what they did. They mass produced them from the record company, like as a deal.
Exactly, yeah.
We'll buy 10,000 copies for you for $1 each, compared to the $10 or whatever they would sold them for or whatever.
Yeah. Now I'm bringing up this comment because Tim Derlin from Tim's Vinyl Confessions, really cool dude, has episodes dedicated to 8-tracks, even released a book as well. I heard about that book. I have not seen it, but I will tell you this. Only once, and I stress this, okay? So from 84 to 88, for you to get anything on 8-track, you had to belong to a record club.
Right.
Well, I got to see and hold in my hands a Guns N' Roses Appetite for Destruction on
Really?
8-track
Really?
Wow.
and a George Harrison Cloud 9 on 8-track. It existed, okay? The last one to get cranked out on an 8-track, November of 88, Fleetwood Mac's Greatest Hits.
Wow.
I have never seen an 8-track of that.
That's
They
probably,
said
I
that
bet
that
you
one
that's
is
worth a
probably
lot
one
of
of the
money
rarest
too.
one. Yep.
They say like even when VHS was going out, right, to DVD, if you could
Yeah.
find copies of VHS of 2009 movies because they didn't mass produce them, you can only get these VHS copies through clubs, through mail order, catalogs. They weren't in the stores, but like say Disney Cars. If you have Disney Cars on VHS, you probably get $1,000 for it.
That's crazy.
Probably.
I know, it's crazy. It's like that. Same thing. I bet you that Fleetwood Mac 8-track is probably hundreds of dollars to get.
And Paul and Carmelo, here's something related. I read there are certain vinyl albums after 1991 that were only put out by a few of the record clubs.
That too. Yep. Absolutely.
Albums
They
too.
stopped pressing records for a while until the backlash was,
Well,
they still were printing DJ records for DJs.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And stuff like that. But it wasn't for mass, consumption.
Mhm.
Well,
They shut
like,
down all the plants.
for example, Capitol, okay, because I have one of my Great White albums. It was 89 or 90, okay, and
Right.
it said manufactured in Canada. So
Oh,
they
right.
didn't even have the U.S. presses by then, I guess, because Capitol and Atlantic were, I think, the ones that held out almost the longest. But then I remember when Wildflowers from Petty came out, and I
Yeah.
got the 45 because, and the reason why I grabbed the 45 was, of course, because of the B-side "Girl on LSD," which
Oh,
was
right.
not on the album. You had to get the 45 to get. If you've ever heard it, it's pretty damn funny.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've heard it.
But I have another song in the queue that
Oh, there
I
you go.
remembered at the last minute. So this is a Black Oak thing again, though, but this is more a couple of years ago. So I tripped on this, and I actually kind of forgot about it. They did it. They used to do these knockoff, not Black Oak itself, but a whole bunch of bands would do these
Well, a lot
knockoff.
of bands do this.
And it unfortunately, Jim Dandy is the only original member left in the band. Okay, Ricky Lee died in 2021, COVID related
Wow.
illness. Yeah, he was with them for way long time, and so the only thing I really don't care about is the female singer that's on this. I know that they missed Ruby that much, and they had different people come in to sing, and the one that's with them these last few years, I'm just not a big fan. Some people call her the Yoko of Black
Yoko.
Oak because she's attached to Jim Dandy. All right,
gotcha.
so this is going to be a little odd, and when I heard this, I'm like, what the hell? They covered Monster Magnet.
What? Really?
Yes, they covered Space Lord.
Get out of
And
here! Really?
and you guys are gonna hear it, good or bad.
Oh my god!
The 5-minute version.
I don't
I
know.
met
Space
Monster
Lord.
Magnet. I met the singer and I met a few of the guys in Monster Magnet. They were recording in the studio across the hall from me. Actually,
Is that right? I like I like Monster Magnet.
like the way he's singing
Black
it.
Oak, Arkansas, doing Monster Magnet, Space Lord.
I commend them. I commend them for taking on such a heavy hit like that.
Mhm.
But you could almost tell in his voice, it sounds like an old man singing. You know, like Johnny Cash singing Nine Inch Nails or Pat Boone singing Ozzy. You know what I mean? He's like, you can see a grandpa up there, Space Lord, mother.
Well, you know, he's been doing this stuff since '65. He's been,
Hey, I
he's been
commend
the
him.
dandy since '65.
I'll tell you what, man. It's like almost when I saw Peter Frampton. And
Mm.
Peter Frampton ended his show. It was his finale, believe it or not, a cover song. He did Black Hole Sun from Soundgarden. And it was absolutely incredible. Like, he put his own spin to it. And I'll tell you what, he had me sold on it. Like, I didn't think he would have been able to pull. As soon as he started the song, I'm like, are you kidding me? You're gonna try Soundgarden?
It was
And he
great.
pulled it off. It was
great.
fantastic. Everybody was
going
like,
nuts.
you saw it too?
Mm-hmm. Everyone
Dude,
was going nuts.
it really was. Like, I almost liked it as much as anything he played of his own. I was like, wow, Peter fucking really pulled it off. I was so happy for him that he did, and he was so good at it. Just showed, and his guitar playing, such a underrated guitar player, man. He should be talked about with the greats, you know what I mean? Honestly. He doesn't even get rated in the top 100 guitar players, you know what I mean? Compared to guys like Steve Vai, obviously, and Joe Satriani. But, man, his sound influenced so many people. He doesn't get enough credit, I think.
Hang on.
I figure you're working on something. Pulled this out. He didn't release it yet. So it was a genuine surprise for the entire audience for him to finish a show. We were thinking it was going to be something that we all forgot. Like, he played Baby I Love Your Way. He played, I Want You to Show Me the Way. He played all these songs. Like, is it Humble Pie? What's he going to pull out? Like, and it was that. And we were like, everybody looked at each other like, what? It was a genuine shock.
I saw Frampton in like 2009 or 2010. I think that's.
I saw him in 2006 or 7.
Yeah, that's when they, like you said, that album came out in 06.
He didn't even announce it or anything. He just said, we got one last one for you. And I think you're all going to know this one. That's what he says.
That's funny.
And that was the way he introduced it. I think you're all going to know this one. And it was just like jaw-dropping. And the way he wasn't singing it, he did it all on the guitar like that. And did it with the mouth box and shit.
Yep.
And it was brilliant. Because we're thinking, like, how is he going to sing fucking Chris Cornell? Like, and man, he shocked us all, man. It was so awesome.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm about ready to wrap this up and chew a record because I got to take kiddo to work. So I want to thank. Before I forget, though, maybe remind me for next show, okay, for that one.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank everybody. We had, of course, Mello and Dave, and we had Brian from Tokyo. We had some fun stuff there, and all you people out there. And I know people were coming and going in the stream today, but that
right.
happens. That's life. I don't know when I'm doing the next one. I'm just going to take a stab and say Tuesday, unless something happens. Before then, cool. That's right. Damn it! I did open my big mouth about the. Try to remind me on the World Trade thing, and we'll figure that out. Yum Yum, juicy record. That's right. I always remember. Who's calling me? My psychotic fuels me. Coffee powers me.
God bless everyone.
And now it's time to chew record.
Psychos Platters is a Love Peace production.